Greetings one and all, this is Lloyd Brown and welcome social media family to my vlog. Now usually I would make a simple thank you video at the end of every In Conversation With series. So I'm just going to kind of condense the thank yous into this little segment in the beginning of this video, which is about a completely different subject matter. So I'm just going to squeeze it in, as it were. So I want to thank Mr. Michael Gordon for letting me open a window to his life and career. The reasoning lasted 4¼ hours and it was segmented into 17 episodes, and I found it edifying as much as a lot of people who have been watching that series and indeed other series of the In Conversation With. And yes, you'll be glad to know that I will be doing lots more, not only with artists but people connected within the business, because it's not just about artists, it's about musicians, it's about engineers, it's about producers, distributors and things like that. So, you know, there's many people that make up this industry that we don't have. I'm sorry, but we don't have an industry. We have a fraternity, but not an industry. But you can differ, and you can differ all you like. But that's my viewpoint. But anyway, I just wanted to thank everyone that has brought positive feedback in relation to my vlogs, to my channel, to my content, you know, because the content is varied, as you are well aware. But it's just highlighting my passion in regards to music, let alone reggae music. Okay, so I want to thank each and every one that has lent their support to the channel, encompassing all of the things that makes me the person that I am and highlights the love and passion that I have for music as well as reggae music. Right, push that out of the way. Now, I want to talk about a subject matter that I'm not really aligned with, but people are interested in wanting to know how come me and this particular thing are poles apart. And it's about dub plates, specials, call them what you will, but specials are there and I'm off the screen. Simply because I don't do them anymore. And people have been asking me why. So before I go any further, and it kind of segues into this subject matter, I want to big up Gappy Ranks. Gappy Ranks called me the other day out of the blue, and he basically congratulated me and gave me props and bigged me up for my channel and the content that I create in the channel. And him basically saying it is really interesting, you know, to know about, you know, the elders to him, you know, and the veterans in this reggae fraternity. And I thought that was nice. I thought it was nice for a fellow artist to link me out the blue like that. That's how things used to be before social media. But it's just funny how now we have social media and we're able to talk to everybody. People are in their collective cliques. You know what I mean? And I know I'm not paranoid when I say that. It's just how it is. Anyway, I'm digressing. So we're talking about dub plates. And the question was asked, Mr. Brown, you do dub plates? No. Yes, well, I heard that you don't do dub plates, my general. I just want to find out, well, why you don't do dub plates? And I told him. And I'm going to tell you again, just in case you missed the other video early on in my series. I don't do dub plates simply because I don't want dub plates diluting my material. However, I have made dub plates for different sound systems, radio DJs, club DJs. I've made specials for them in the past, but I have stopped doing it now simply because I just don't want my music diluted any more than it needs to. Making dub plates was a good thing to begin with, but then it got crabby. It got crabby in different ways that I'm just gonna gloss over, but I want to give you an idea of how crabby the whole dub plate special things can get. Now, I had an experience where I was asked to make a dub plate for a DJ on a sound system. I said, yep, not a problem. But then he actually wanted me to sing lyrics that he wrote for the dub plate. And I said to him, well, now you're producing me, so that's gonna cost you extra. And he didn't like that. He didn't like it, but he was kind of gracious in his declining or his non-continuation of the dub plate making process between myself and him. Then you have DJs that have no patience because they think, well, they're first in your list of priorities to get their dub plates done because they got a sound clash that week or what have you, and yada yada yada. Forgetting the fact that I've got a life to live and I've got my own shit to deal with. And then getting emails and stuff like that. And then the piece of resistance, or the pièce de résistance, is going on tour with an artist and and the sound systems in that particular country that didn't even know I was on tour with this artist realized I was on tour with this artist and were lining up to basically make dubs. And to cut a long story short, that dub plate money went from their pockets to the artist that I was on tour with. So I decided pretty much after that, you know what, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing no dubs anymore. And my viewpoint remains. But I'm going to set a challenge, because there have been many people that have exercised patience, and I mean the patience of Job, right, in wanting me to do dub plates. And they're suffering at the minute, and they're letting me know that they're suffering. And I totally dig that, and I totally respect that. However, the viewpoint is basically the same. I just don't want to dilute my product. There was a query as to me just doing dub plates of my older material. You know, the main squeezes, the I knows, the sharing the nights, all those tunes, which is all well and good, but it still does the same thing. It still dilutes the material. Now, there are DJs that have dubs of me singing those tunes, and those dubs are valuable. They are valuable. They are valuable. And if you get cuffed by a DJ that's playing one of my dub plays, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I can't help you. But I was almost bending to make a dub plate, or make dub plates, to start making dub plates, with the caveat that each dub plate that I make is gonna cost you 1,500 quid. It's gonna cost you £1,500 per dub if I ever make a dub again, or a special. Now, if you're willing to pay that amount of money, as I know some DJs are were willing to pay that amount of money for people like Elephant Man and Shabba and all them people there, I don't think I'm in a different class, really. But I'm just basically saying that in the knowledge that, or the assumption that people ain't gonna stump up that amount of money for a dub plate of mine. Or are you? Who knows at this point? But I just want to state for the record once again that I have no interest in doing dub plates. Money's not my motivation either. But if you're going to force my hand, then, you know, I might as well do a dub and pay my rent for the next few months. It's all blessed, if you're willing to go that far. But the principle still remains for me. In doing so, I'm going to be diluting my music. So I wonder if you're overs what I'm saying. 22 albums in. If money was a motivation, I would have. If money was a motivation, I would have started doing dub plates and continued to do so. It's not a motivation. The music is the motivation. And having people go to one source to hear a particular piece of music made from myself and not hear 30 seconds of it played by a sound system. You know, I'd rather it go to the source where they can basically hear the fullness. And it's no disrespect to any sound system anywhere in the world, but that's just me. That's just how I flex. That's just how I roll. So, that is the dub plate situation kind of wrapped. There's something else I wanted to talk about as well, but I think I'm going to save it for another video because it might take me this amount of time. And I just like doing videos in 15-minute increments. So there's another thing I want to talk about and put to bed, as it were. So if anyone asks about dub plates and Lloyd Brown or Lloyd Brown doing dub plates and special, point them to this video, please. Okay? So it's with that, I'm going to bid you guys adieu for now. Thanks for watching. Thanks for stopping by. And as always, you don't know the coup. People, please me, I beg you, do. Abstain from foolishness. Even your own. Alright? So until we link up next time, people, stay blessed. We're gone.